Hello, everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing today? It's Thomas Brush. I make indie games for a living. Most of you know that. Thanks for joining me in the chat. This is awesome. Today we're going to jump inside of the new version of Father. Totally new graphics, a lot of fixes, and we're actually working on the interior level. And so we're going to jump into this. Before we do that, I do want to let you guys know that you can download my free 2D game kit. All you got to do is click the link below, enter your name and your email address, and boom, you get the free game kit. I actually used this same game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in just 14 days. So be sure to check out this game kit. You can make $1 million off this game kit. I really don't care. There's also a link below for those of you who aren't interested in 2D game dev, but more the business side of things. If you're interested in, joining my free webinar, all you got to do is enter your email address. And this is free training on how you can get 6 figures with just a demo, with an incomplete game. Totally free webinar, 45 minutes long of great content. It's my treat to you, so be sure to check that out below. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, so this is Father 2.0. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. The first thing I want to do, I've got a list of things I got to do here. The first thing that I want to do before we do anything is just walk you guys through exactly what this new version of Father looks like. Frame rate's a little low. Got some work to do on some culling. We're going to be doing that tonight. So this is the new version of Father. We're currently inside of Edenfell, which is a massive castle. And today, Felipe, which is my brand new hire, and he might show up in the chat. Today, Felipe, the 3D artist for this game, he finished up Edenfell. All of the just generic layout of all of the different models he's created, and he's done all of the models here. Everything is Felipe. So he's done an incredible job laying everything out. So we're going to take all those models and we're going to add a lot of different gameplay elements to them and also get this level laid out in such a way that you can actually play it. So there's a lot of work to do today. Very, very happy with what Felipe's done here. And his link is in the description if you want to follow his channel. So as you can see, we have just a sort of a cartoony style, but it's definitely got a creepy vibe to it. And that's exactly what we were going for, is a creepy sort of cartoony mix, kind of like what you might see in Team Fortress. Ooh, I like this room. Classic. This is awesome, Felipe. I haven't seen this room yet. This is really, really, really cool. Way to go. And welcome to Hector, who is the sound designer. And Hector's doing a lot of sound design for us. But by the way, we can shoot our gun like this. It looks like we have some issues with... yeah, we definitely have some issues with the... no, we're good there. Okay, I felt like there was an issue with the particles. So you can blow up boxes. You can lift things. You can carry things around. So there's a ton of functionality here. Very slow. Lots of things rendering right now. So we definitely need to clean up a lot of stuff here. But overall, I am really, really happy with what we've got here. So let's go ahead and jump into the first item on our task list for tonight. The first item on our task list is, let's see here, we've already reviewed Edenfell. Get bullet holes looking right. Currently they don't look right. So if we hit play here, I can take a look at we can take a look and show you one of the issues with the bullet holes. You can see they have sort of a square around them, and that's just an issue with the normal map. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to the actual renderer, or the material. Is it called Bullet Effect? There it is right there. Bullet Impact Sand Effect. Metal Effect. There it is. There's the decal. So let's take a look at the decal and see what's going on here. The decal itself... No, that's wrong here. Let's take a look and see if we can find the right ones here. Let's hit play and shoot it really quick. There's a lot of different prefabs we're working with right now, and I need to definitely do a cleanup of the scene here. Okay, so I'm going to pause it. We're going to exit prefab mode, and we're going to just go ahead and go to the actual player here. I'm going to press F to focus on him, and we're going to move around in the scene. Where are we? There we go. Okay, so there's our bullet hole. Okay, cool. So you can see it's a decal, and this is one of the reasons why we had to recently upgrade to URP, which is the Universal Render Pipeline. You can't do great decals, not the best decals, without URP. At least that's what I found. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here at what's going on. I'm going to shrink down the size of the screen here so you can see. Looks like we have a normal map. I'm just going to remove the normal map for now. We're trying to prepare this for pitching to publishers and also platforms, and we just don't have enough time. So I'm going to go ahead and just have it not have a normal map. So that one has a normal map. Why does that one have a normal map? Let's see here. Some of them don't, some of them do. Let's take a look. Let's go to our base map here, and what's it called? It's called Bullet Decal Wood. All right, let's go to Bullet Decal Wood and double check the material. Yeah, the issue regarding the material with the normal map is definitely something you can solve. I just don't want to solve it right now. We just have a lot of stuff to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up in Photoshop. And we've removed the normal map, but we're also going to try and remove this, save it out, and see what we can do here. Save that. Good, good, good. Okay, and then we're going to make sure the transparency is set up properly. Alpha is transparency. Good. Hit apply. Yep. Let's hit apply. There it is. Okay. Let's try this one more time. I just want a clean bullet hole. Nothing special. Obviously, we're going to want to do a lot of different cool effects here. Man, why is it doing that? Let's double check here. Come on. Normal blend, 0. There it is. That was the problem. Okay, so the normal blend, we need to set that to 0. Then let's hit play one more time here. All right. Okay. Whoa, yay. Okay, there we go. All right, good. So it's not the best bullet hole in the world. Really isn't, but it's fine for now. All right, so let's scratch that off of our list. I set things into italic when I'm done with them. Ooh, what is this? This better be water. It is. Okay, good. All right. Let's fix the drawers. So we have some issues with drawers. There's a cabinet somewhere over here. I want to show you guys this. This is really interesting. So the drawers we're working with, let's see if we can find one. Let's go to play mode and I want to show you. All right. So, man, it is slow. We're going to have to work with a few things here. Let's explore the... Whoa, we got ourselves a bug. Okay, so we need to go to lighting. We have an issue with our render pipeline. Let's go to our pipeline here. Let's go to Ultra Pipeline Asset, Forward Renderer, and we're going to turn off Deferred. For some reason, Forward doesn't have that bug. Sometimes it freezes in Deferred. I don't know why. So let's go ahead and jump right back into the game here. It's going to be much slower with forward rendering, but that's okay. And let's go ahead and find that cabinet. Let's see here. And also, with forward rendering, you're going to get a lot of flickering lights until they're baked. So that's just part of the suffering that we've been going through with URP. All right, let's see if we can find a cabinet where I'm having issues. Basically, what Felipe's idea was, hey, Thomas, we need to have cabinets that we can open. Whoa, not out that door. Thomas, we need to have cabinets we can open. Here we go. All right, so these. So those open in the wrong direction, so we need to solve that problem really quick here. So let's pause it, and let's go to our character controller. Good. I'm going to press F. There he is. Okay, and you can move around in the scene holding right-click and then ASWD. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to go ahead and select this cabinet here, and we're going to figure out what it's called. It's called Mansion Dresser, okay? So let's exit play mode and head on over to the Mansion Dresser prefab. So no matter how many times we use this, whether it's 30 times, 300 times, we only have one prefab, right? So if there's ever a glitch, we just got to figure out, hey, what's going on with this? So it looks like we have a variable here called forward is right, and this is with the drawer script. So what we can do is that's just basically flips. Sometimes sometimes a drawer isn't actually moving forward. It's moving to the right. In this case, it's moving right. So I think it needs to be right. I think. Let's just test this out here. So there's mansion dresser. That was all the way up there. So I don't want to run all the way over to it to test it out. I don't think that's going to be our solution. I really don't. But let's go ahead and paste it and take it all the way down here just to test it out. So let's explore. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? There we are. There we are. Okay, there's our character controller. I'm going to just paste it right here. Actually, let's do it. There we go. Let's paste it inside of as a child. There we go. And then zero him out. There he is. And then let's just put him up here. Okay. All right. So let's test this out. Sorry, I'm ruining Felipe's beautiful mansion here, but we got to make sure that this actually works properly. So we've got an issue with these drawers, and it's been driving me nuts. So let's hopefully see if we can solve the problem here. Good. There we go. All fixed. Pretty cool, huh? All right. You guys give me just 1 second here. I think I'm working late tonight, and I think my daughter just is sleepwalking. So hold on 1 sec. All right. So it looks like the drawers work properly. Pretty cool. All right, good. So we can scratch that off our list. We've got, honestly, all of the dressers and drawers should work properly now within the mansion scene here. So that's good to go. Let's jump on over to our list here. Cross that out. Good job. Good. Okay, fix drawers moving upward. Got it. Fix chairs falling sometimes. Fix some chairs not being interactable. I'm going to move this down below the culling. We've got some serious issues with culling. So I want to go ahead and make sure things start culling out properly. So we're going to put that there. Remove this. I like to have a list. It keeps me moving. So let's zoom out here. All right, and let's see. We've got some culling issues. So if I zoom out, it looks like our world culls, but the objects don't, right? All right, so let's definitely work on this, clean this up, okay? The first thing I want to start culling out is the carpet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add an LOD to it. And I don't want this one. This is going to be sort of a painful process, but hopefully it'll work here. So I'm just going to drag in the renderer here. There we go. And it should cull out. Good. Now I want to make sure the culling is happening pretty evenly across the board. Looks like we're culling everything out at about 6%. Or yeah, 6% it culls out. So the carpet should cull out at about 6% as well, right alongside everything else, right? So I'm going to move that over to 6%. I'm probably going to write a script in the future that sets all of the culls to the same value. Yeah, you want them all to pop out. Now these roofs here, I don't think that that's correct. Let's double check, make sure this is correct here. Yeah, it looks like some things are culling out slower than others. Isn't that interesting? I think it might be 6% of the, yeah, I don't know. Let's double check something here. Does anyone know why they're not going out at the same rate? Object size 5, cull out at 6. Okay, let's double check. Maybe it's the object size. It could be that. Very cool. All right, I think that might be good. Let's double check here. And by the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit if you haven't downloaded it already. Just while you're watching the stream, feel free to check that out, see if that's something you're interested in. Okay. All right. So I think that's odd. I don't know why those aren't calling out the way that I would like. So we're just going to guess and check here. Based on the camera angle distance, Thomas, I think. I know, but shouldn't they all be going out at the same size? That's the thing. Like, these go out way earlier, and I just don't get it. They go out at 25%. Well, I mean, it depends, right? I think it has to do with the object size. I'm not so sure. I'm going to do it right here. It calls out pretty close to the camera. There we go. Okay, that's all we're going to do for now. These, let's see here. Dining tables. Let's definitely add an LOD group to those as well. Delete, and we're going to do about half. Now, if you guys have some ideas of ways to optimize other than culling things out, right? Let me know. I would love to hear your ideas on ways that we can optimize. I know one thing that I'm thinking about is these objects, they all have rigid bodies attached to them, right? And they're all sort of resting and sort of sleeping, waiting to be woken up. And I'm not so sure how you can optimize that, but that's something we want to think about. So let me know in the chat if you can think of ways to optimize the physics objects. Brad, I can answer your question while I'm doing this. Brad says, Thomas, do you have a budget in mind? Yeah, the budget right now is pretty small, because let's put this here. The budget is really small right now. It's just a 2-person team with salaries. The reason why it's so small is because I want to get this funded. I'd rather get it funded by a publisher or a platform and have an idea of sort of the funding available from a publisher as opposed to digging into my own studio's capital. That's just the way I roll. I'd rather, use that capital to make this bigger and better, but I'd rather do it after we get a publisher. That's just the way my brain works. Okay, so this bookshelf here, we're going to do an LOD group, but the pitch to publishers will probably be in March if we can get this working properly. All right, let's call this out here. Let's see here. Renderer, that'll add all 3. There we go, or all 2. Cull it out. I think I just want to do, man, it's kind of a guess and check here. I'm not fully sure why it's not doing it properly. Okay, there's a lot of stuff not culling. Okay, so let's see here. Those are culling out just fine. What about these barrels here? Ooh, yes. So what we could do, this is interesting. Actually, what we can do is we can do an LOD group, and we can copy it. That's a great idea. Okay, so we'll copy it, and it'll cull about here. That one's different. See, look at that, object size. If it's 5, then suddenly it's different. Interesting. Yeah, I've never done that before. Okay, we're going to copy that component, and now we can drag this, and it's going to add all these renderers. There we go. Okay, good. Let's keep scrolling on out here. Take a look. So I copied that. Now we can paste it, right? So this one here, the arced ceiling, we could paste that. Oh, looks like we already have one, but for some reason there is no... What is going on? This is interesting. LOD bias is 2.0. Distances are adjusted accordingly. This is a different look, isn't it? Why is that? And it's also not doing it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. Finally, yeah, it goes out. So that's culling out just fine. This is not culling out. Okay. This is a tall wall prefab. And by the way, guys, everything is a prefab, right? So cool. Let's drag that in here. Okay, there we go. That works. Yeah, everything is a prefab. So if I'm making a change right now and culling things out for a specific object, yeah, there we go. then it's going to be applied to everything. Pretty cool. Okay, Owen's giving us some feedback on performance optimization. If you have every rigid body set to kinematic until it is in range of the player, then the computer won't be doing any calculations on it, and it will allow you to have certain events occur when you are there. I hear you. I agree. I think that's something we want to do. That's a great idea. Okay, that culls out just fine. Some of this stuff I feel like isn't going to cull out. Okay, that looks great. Yeah, okay. So what we need is we need to have everything sort of culling out pretty fast, actually. Yeah, a lot of objects here. Great work, Felipe. Felipe did an awesome job. Felipe, basically, he's a he loves doing realistic artwork, but I told him, I said, we've got a small budget, so we've got to figure out how to do a stylized, more stylized artwork. Cool, it's cold out there. There we go. Very good. Very, very good. So he did a great job getting everything set up to be more stylized. Look at all these tiny little elements here that we've got to do. This is great. It feels good to slowly get things culled out, right? Slowly get them culled out. So let's just zoom out here. Bang, out. That seems fine. We really should have a cull value that's consistent. I just don't know why it isn't. That's the thing. Does anybody know why certain culling values just aren't the same? What I mean is, like, if this value here is set to, 6%, what does that percent mean? 6% of what? And then also, what's this object size? Yeah, I don't, because if I set everything to 6%, you would expect it all to behave the same, and as we zoom in, everything comes in. Thomas, you should look into occlusion culling in addition to LOD culling. Sounds good, Felipe. Felipe's messaging me about some culling issues. Sounds good, buddy. Okay, so let's see here. It's mainly these physics objects that are, I think, just slowing things down significantly. So I feel like it's not necessarily the rendering, right? If I hit play here, yeah, it's super slow. Man, we got to figure this out. We're at 13 frames per second now. And I think it has to do with just the rendering. Maybe it does have to do with, we're just rendering a lot of modular assets, It could be that, or, let's do a little test here. Let's go to our pushable object script here, and let's set everything to kinematic by default, just with the script. So everything loads and it's kinematic. Maybe that'll speed things up, right? We will see. Thomas, try to use the profiler to see what's using up a lot of resources. Let's do it. Usually it's not as specific as you would like when we're using the profiler. So let's take a look here. Okay. So we've got a lot of stuff. And also I love using the timeline here. Or the what am I doing here? Okay. Player loop, 88%. Fixed update. Physics. Yep, it's physics. It's just physics. It's a ton of physics stuff. And that makes sense to me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to select, we're going to go to our, I believe that's what it is. You guys can help me out with the analysis here. Okay. On start, we're going to go to rigid body. dot is kinematic, and we're going to say true. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to disable this script, which is potentially going to change it, the kinematic nature of it. So I don't want this script running. I want it to set everything to kinematic is true, and then that's it. We're going to see if that speeds things up. Okay, now it's the same. Yeah, it's 10 frames per second. So it's even slower. Yeah, man. We got to figure out why it's slow. I didn't expect to be doing this during this live stream, but it is running super slow. So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Let's try and pull the profiler up and see what's going on here. Yeah, a lot of physics and a lot of rendering. You can see it in the green here. Green rendering, a lot of that, and then also a lot of the yellow or the orange here, which is physics processing. Okay, man, that's crazy. So it looks like what we need to do. How about this? Let's destroy all of the physics objects. Let's do that. So let's go destroy game object. And it's going to be really slow when we start, but once we wait like 5 seconds and everything's deleted, maybe that'll speed things up. Let's take a look. Heavy Mix says it's fixed update. Physics update. Physics fixed update. So let's see here. Where would that be at? Occlusion culling. What is occlusion culling? Let's learn that together. Let's figure out occlusion culling. Okay, significantly sped up. So it's now about 30 frames per second. So all of those physics objects that got deleted, it's really speeding things up, which is definitely something to consider solving in a future stream. Because right now, I don't know what we would do. So let's take a look at occlusion culling. That's something to talk about. Thomas, have you considered making all of the non-interactive objects one big collider? Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea for sure. All right, let's see here. Occlusion culling. Unity. Let's take a look and see what this is. Let's learn about this together. Okay, occlusion culling is the process which prevents Unity from performing rendering calculations for game objects that are completely hidden from view. Every frame, cameras perform culling operations that examine the renderers in the scene and cull those out. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? Okay. How do you do it? Using occlusion culling with dynamic game. Unity can bake static game objects into the occlusion culling data. Unity cannot bake dynamic game objects into occlusion. Okay, so all of these are dynamic, so I don't think it matters. Yeah. So that's interesting. We need to sort of disable the physics completely. If man, this is tough. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do here, guys. So we're gonna move into the next thing on our list. So this right here, we don't want to keep, obviously, but it's good to know. It's good to know. And if you guys can come up with some ideas here, looks like the primary issue is culling out these objects. There's plenty of time to do that. That's not during a stream. But also, one of the problems we've got here is just physics objects all scattered throughout this scene, and it's just slowing things down, right? So we're not going to worry too much about that. We're going to jump to our next task here. Set up proper culling. We're going to do that outside of a stream. Fix chairs falling sometimes. Sometimes chairs, we're going to do that after. Man, my hair keeps getting in my eyes. We need to fix chairs sometimes. So sometimes the chairs fall. We're going to do that on another date. set up titles, and get keys looking decent. And then begin placing keys and locked doors throughout the map per Adam's designs. Okay, so Adam is our designer, our level designer, and he has put together a map for us. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the level titles set up for you guys. So let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be really, really fun. So if we go to, let's see here, we're going to open up our map, and we're also going to start the player here. So first off, let's move the controller over. So let's see here. Let's go to him here. There he is. And he's going to be zeroed out. And FPS controller, we're going to zero him out as well. And then we're just going to move it over. There it is. Good. So he's right here on the left side of the screen. And I'm going to put him right about here. Let's go on in, make sure he's in the right spot. Good. And hit play. Make sure we start in the right spot. I just fell through the map. Bring him up. There we go. Woo, it's slow. Man. We got to figure out what's going on. Let's turn off our stats here. And maybe go to 720 by 480. It's a little bit faster. Whew, it is slow, though. We've got to definitely work on that. Figure that out tomorrow. That's not during a live stream, though. Okay, so we've got a prefab here that we can use. And it's called level titles. So this is going to be really, really fun. There's a title. What about title trigger? There it is. Okay, so we've got a title trigger here. And the title trigger is really cool. So basically how this works is when you walk into a new area, it's going to show a title, right? And it's going to play a sound effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this title is placed. Man, let's focus on the title here. There we go. All right. So here is our title. We're going to just position it right at the bottom of the ground here. Yep, just about right there. And then we've got title trigger step 1 and then title trigger step 2. This is a really weird way to do this. But it's basically this big old box collider here. And when you walk into it, it plays a title, okay? Really big trigger. You can't miss it, right? That's step 1. So when you hit that, step 2 appears. And then when you hit step 2, the title plays, okay? It's a really, really strange way to do this. Basically what the step 1 and step 2, all they do is they basically allow for directions, okay? So if I'm walking in this way, it's going to, yeah, and there's step 2. Yep, so step 2 is over here. So once I hit this, it'll say Edenfell Hall, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to pull this over to about right here. Good. Honestly, we could probably do about like that. Cool. And yeah, that's great. Just want to make sure they can't touch that side there. Good. All right, so title trigger step 1, and then there's title trigger step 2. So once they enter, and this will make sense in just a second. Once they enter into step 2, it's going to say the following: Edenfell Hall. Okay. Now we need to specify which animator it is. Usually, let's see, animator equals game manager player statistics level title. Good. Okay, so we need to go to our character controller, and then we go to our player statistics, and we want to make sure that our animator, there it is, the level title animator is referenced properly. It is. Good. Okay, so is it even visible in our canvas? That's the next thing. Okay, so it's up there. Edenfell Hall. Good, good, good. The color, though, there it is. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Right there. It'll appear Edenfell Hall. Like that. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe set the font size to be a little bit bigger. That's cool. Make sure it's positioned properly. Good, and let's make sure it also looks good at all different screen sizes. Okay, 1920 by 1080. 1080 by, there we go. Good, good, good. What about 4K? Yeah, free aspect. Awesome. Okay, guys. So the font is not going to be Open Sans anymore. Thanks to Felipe, we have decided to use Bebas, which Bebas, or Bebas, or however you say it, Babus is one of my favorite fonts now that Felipe has shown it to me. It looks a little bit more like Bioshock, right? So we're going to use Babus here. And just position it nice and clean, basically in the same position as that right there. Okay, so I'm going to just position it right there. Look at that. Okay, so that should appear, that's the theory at least, when I enter into the trigger zone. Okay, let's also double check our sounds here. We've got an audio source, animator functions, okay, and it should play a sound when it fades in and out. Play sound, title fade in and out. Here's the sound. Good, okay. The sample rate is really low, so I'm going to apply a higher sample rate. Cool. Might as well just go, actually, let's go preserve sample rate. Hit apply. That should do it. Okay, you guys ready to test it out? Let's hit play. Woo, it's slow. My goodness gracious. But we should be able to test this out, even if it's slow. Good. Alrighty. So it works just fine. I like it. That's awesome. Okay. So that works great. The next thing we want to do is we want to position titles in all the different locations. So this is kind of a pain in the butt, but we definitely need to do it. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder in our hierarchy. It's really just the... Sorry, let's double check something here. Really quick, Thomas Terkelston says a very easy way of reducing rendering performance is to turn off anisotropic textures and quality settings. With your visual style, I doubt it will have any impact as most. Yeah, I don't think it will. But thank you for your thought process there. Once we get the frame rate up, it's gonna be such a huge relief. We had it perfect before we upgraded to URP. The moment we upgraded to URP, which is the universal render pipeline, once we upgraded to that, it was just a pain. Everything started slowing down. So, okay, I'm going to create a new game object. I'm just going to create an empty child of this core here, and I'm going to call this title triggers. Just because I want to organize things a little bit clean for this live stream. Otherwise, I'll forget where I put them all. Okay. And I'm just slowly going to start organizing things. So I'm just going to put it, let's see, make sure it's zeroed out. Yep, it is. Okay. I'm just going to start putting them in there. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open up Adam's maps. This will be really fun here. So I'm going to open up Discord. And if we go to, give me just a sec, guys. Where is Edenfell? We store all of our files on Discord. We have a nice little group. There we go. Let's type in level design. Map. Photoshop. I forgot where I stored it. Design. Man, where is it? Edenfell. Huh. That's crazy. I can't find it. So we have a level design. It's got to be somewhere. I promise you. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, Thomas, you moron. I was in the wrong Discord chat. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're currently working on Sodom's Hollow, which is an outdoor level. So I'm going to go ahead and find the... Oh, we're so close. Where is it? Sorry, guys. Well, well, well. Give me a sec here. There it is. Edenfell level map. Bang. Okay. We've got it. I'm going to save it in my downloads. I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm going to unzip it. We're going to open up in Photoshop and start naming all of the areas. Okay? Whew, there's a lot to do here. Okay, so this is the foyer. Edenfell foyer. Okay? So what I'm going to do is for this level title section, what I'm going to do is just have it say foyer. There is a moment in a time to do a big title like the level name, but I just wanted to say foyer. Okay. All right. So we got that one done. So that's the foyer. And we're going to turn on the root. So as we go on in, let's see here, storage. So this is sort of a storage area. Okay. Food storage. Great. Storage closet. All right. So this is going to be the storage location, all right? So it's pretty cool. You can actually look top down and kind of see the map. With the culling on, it's a little tough, but that's the foyer, and this is our food storage area. See the very similar layout here. So this is going to be the storage area. So let's go to our title triggers, and I'm going to put on isometric mode here. There. Oh, nice and clean. Very good. Okay. All right, so we've got our title triggers. You know, I'm starting to wonder if the slowdown is just because my computer is really slow right now. Something's happening. What is it? I think it might just be me streaming. I don't know. So let's bring this over here, and I'm going to rotate it at, how about 90? No. That's good. There we go. So in the Y, we're going to do 90. And I believe that this one is, all right, that's step 1 and that's step 2. So once they enter into step 1, then it will enable step 2. Does that make sense, guys? They have to step into this trigger first before they can even trigger step 2, okay? So they basically have to enter through this door, and then step 2 will be right here. And once they hit that, it'll trigger the title, okay? So I think about like that is fine. Once they enter this room, it'll say storage, right? So this is great. I think this is really important to do this kind of stuff because you kind of need to let the player know where they're going. At least in my head, especially with large sprawling mazes. So I mean, let's just test this out, right? Let's see what happens. Ooh, and there's a trigger once. Okay, so we don't want to do a trigger once. Trigger once will happen, and then it'll be done. We don't want that. Okay, so let's double check, make sure that foyer plays. Good. Let's go to our storage. Good. And the sound effect I'm definitely going to remove. I'm definitely going to remove that, and I'll put a variable here that will say, hey, do you want the sound effect to even play? Okay, good. So we got our storage area here. We've also got, I wanted to show you guys these. We've got breakable chutes we can go through, right? Pretty cool. All right, so we got the foyer done. Let's double check and see what this area is over here. So this area is, a lecture hall. So it's weird because we've got this storage area. But once we enter into here, I'm going to call this some wing. Wait, let's figure this out together. Once they exit this storage area and they enter this area right here, it's a wing of this castle. It's a cult castle. It's a compound where they train and teach you in the ways of worshiping Eve. It's a very strange place. So I'm going to figure out together, we need to figure out this sort of wing, a place where they get trained. And there's this big old lecture hall. So I actually don't think I'm going to name this wing here at all. I'm going to just name the lecture hall. So let's come up with a cool name for this lecture hall. So I'm going to copy this title trigger. I'm going to bring it on over to the lecture hall, which is over here. Pretty cool seeing it all as the a 3D map. And I'm going to go to 0. There we go. Is that correct? Yes. And yep. So they enter into this, and they have to enter into step 2, and we'll just make the box collider even bigger. They have to enter into step 2 for the lecture hall title to appear. So we could put that about right there. So there's step 1. There's no real way for them. I mean, we could do a little safety measure here and do it like that. Let's see here. Could they step into step 1 and then step 2 again? I think they could. We'll need to think about it. We'll test it out. Step 1 and then step 2, right? Good. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a... I think what we could do, yeah, I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, okay. So they have to enter this sort of area out here, outside this door, to enter into this room, and then step 2 will appear. Once they pass through that, then the lecture hall will appear, okay? So we're going to call this, what did we come up with, guys? What did we come up with this lecture hall name? Cultist East Wing. Come on, guys, come up with some names here. All right. What are some things they are trained on? They're trained on I came up with yeah. It's on Instagram. No, where is it? Somewhere on Photoshop. It might be an Instagram post that I was working on in Photoshop. The name of the texts. Yes, okay. Let's go to our concepts. Yes, this is going to work. Fathers, concept art. Crap. Concepts, there it is. Okay, here we go. So we have some books that I came up with names. Ancient Evian Texts, The Singular Fruit, Eve's Delight, The 7-Day Lie, The Vile 3. Okay, so we can do this. Let's do Vile Arts. We're just going to do Vile Arts. There we go. So there is our first lecture hall. It's going to work. I'm not going to test it. Let's go to our next one. So we've got a nice little lecture hall we can study in. Reflection Hall, Re-Education Wing. I love that. Re-Education Wing. That's hilarious. You know what? I think I want to do that. Great job. Re-Education Hall. It's going to be hall because there's no wing. It's just going to be a hall. Re-Education Hall. I love that. That's great. Penance Hall, Evian Enrichment. You guys are great. Way to go. Very, very good. By the way, those of you who are just joining us, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's my treat to you. You can use it however you want. Just click the link below. I'm not sure if the banner is actually playing for that. Yeah, I don't think it is. Let me find it. There he goes. Well. That's okay. Okay, so we've got our title triggers working for us. Now let's move on back to the map here. Take a look. Okay, this is definitely a library, right? But we're not going to do that just yet. Empty classroom storage closet. I don't think I need to label that, really, with a title. You make your way over here. You unlock this door. Ah, yes. It takes you up this room here. Okay, so this area is the cafeteria. So this room, we don't... Well, well, well. We don't currently have a cafeteria in our current level design. Let's take a look. So the area I'm currently looking at is actually this door right here. Okay, so this is the storage area over here. So you enter the foyer, you go into the storage area. Storage, good. And then over here, let's just double check the Evian or the re-education hall. It's over here. The titles really help me, actually. Good. See that? It just really helps. I like it. And it also sort of specifies what the purpose of each area is. I like it. And well, obviously, we're going to create graphics that and models and stuff like that that really help it out or help clarify what each area is. All right. Good. So let's go on over to this area over here. So this is where the cafeteria was. Okay. So yeah, currently there's no real cafeteria area. I think maybe Felipe and I talked about that. So we need to come up with a sort of a different, we could call this dining. This could be like a dining area. What's this room here? Yeah, there's no real purpose here. I would say that this area is the study rooms. That's fine. Or devotions. Devotional reflection. Devotional. I'll just call it, what's the word? I'll just call it study room for now. I'm not quite sure what you guys give me an idea. It's a place where you go and study, right? It's not a library. It's sort of a private area where you study and worship Eve. What would we call that? What would we call that? Devotion Den. That's nice. I like that, Epics. Study hall, devotional reflection chamber. I like that. Atrium of reflection. Boom, there it is. I like it. Although it's not a sanctuary. Education reinforcement. Oh, that's great. I'm going to do that. I'm sorry I chose a couple there. Education reinforcement. Let's do it. I love just the punishing nature of this place. It's like, okay, if the lecture hall didn't work for you, we're going to put you into this chamber. What did you call it again? Crap, I forgot. Education reinforcement. I like it. Let's do it. This is going to be the education reinforcement. Maybe I'll put like bodies sort of hanging from the walls and stuff. That'll be pretty cool. All right, I know this one's going to work. Yeah, no doubt in my mind. So that's going to work. Let's move on to our area over here. So this was supposed to be a cafeteria. I don't know. Wait a second. What happened here? I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened here. There's sort of a puzzle over here that just didn't work. Huh. Okay, well, I'm going to talk to Adam and Felipe about that. Okay. So this is our library. Let's do the library. Let's bring the library over here. Okay. Good. And we're going to zero that out. Good. Okay. And there is our library trigger. Okay. So in order to enter the library, this is the thing about these title triggers that I like. We have control over what is the path. Basically, these title triggers tell you what's the path the player has to go on for them to force the title trigger to appear. Well, I know for a fact they have to pass over this title trigger right here. They have to, right? If they pass over that, it's going to make this one appear. And the moment they go over this one, it will fire the trigger. It's a really strange way to do things, but honestly, I don't think I've had any problems with it. And anytime I try and think of a better solution, it just doesn't work. So this is the solution for me. Okay, cool. And it can be tall because there's not like multiple layers here. So I think we'll be all right here. So this is going to be called Evian Library. Let's come up with a name. This is a library where we study. Let's come up with a name, guys. This is a library where we study all of the religious texts associated with the worship of Eve. If you guys remember in the story of Genesis, Eve is frowned on because she eats the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This cult, they worship what Eve did. So what is the library called? Okay. Truth Replenishment. I love these. These are so, they remind me of Castlevania. I love them. Library of Good and Evil. Culture Library. Brainwashing Book Collection. Yeah, basically. Forbidden Library. Chamber of Theology. The Library of the Saints. Cloister of Evian Absorption. That's so great. I love you guys. Library for Worshiping. Hall of Truths. Engorgement. Forbidden Apple. Well, it needs to have the word library in it, guys, because we don't want to confuse people too much. That's what I want. So it needs to have the word library in it. Ancient Library. Library of Sin, Library of Eve's Truth, Serpentine Library, Library of the Saints, Library of Liberation, Library of Forever Torment, Library of Truth. Oh, we're so close. Okay, that's it. Library of the Holy Mother. Yes, bang, I love it, and it feels Catholic, doesn't it? So that was George Gonzalez. Way to go, buddy. Library of the Holy Mother. So it feels Catholic, and that's definitely going to be interesting. Walking into this library, and you're like, oh, maybe they're Catholic, and then you read the texts, and it's like, no, they worship a different mother. So let's double check and see how that works. Let's enter into the library, guys. Oh, it's so slow. Please. We got to figure this out. Foyer. So you pass through that and then enter the library. I love it. So we've got an issue with the title text. It's sort of coming down like that. I don't know why that is. Why is that happening? Let's go to the canvas. Double check what's happening here. Level title. I think it has to do with overflow, maybe. Well, we'll left align, and then that should do it. Yeah. Okay. So let's make sure that's properly set up here. So let's go to level title here. Good. Okay. Left align. There we go. Okay. So if Edenfell Hall, there we go. And then we're going to move this over here. That's weird, isn't it? It was kind of like shifting a lot. We'll do something. I would rather look like that here. Let's see here. Sort of eyeball this. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind eyeballing it. Okay, so let's try different words. library. Eden's Sanctuary of the Saints. Good. Okay, that works great. Title. Title. So that's good. Let's double check the various sizes here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's double check. Good. Okay. That works for me. Let's drop down the opacity again and just get the feel for it one more time. Feel out all of our different titles for our levels. Man, it is so slow. It's so depressing because it was so fast yesterday. And that's just because of culling, and we've got to do some optimization. I'll probably do some of it tonight after the stream because it's definitely driving me crazy. It's nobody's fault, by the way. Library of the Holy Mother. Nice. Beautiful. I love it. That's really, really cool. I love that name too. I really love that name. So we need some books here. We need all sorts of cool stuff. But overall, my goodness. Pretty cool, huh, guys? Pretty cool. Garden of Enrichment. I love that. Very, very cool. Great names, guys. Great names. Okay, guys. Just remember. It's been a long day. Someone in my family, my wife, got COVID. So we're sort of holed up in our home and trying to watch the kids and take care of the kids while she recovers. So that's why I'm working late tonight. I love you guys very much. Be sure to download that free 2D game kit below. It's my treat to you. Use it however you want. And also remember, you can check out my webinar below. My webinar is how you can make 6 figures with just a demo. Believe it or not, you can sell your indie game before you even finish it. That's what I do. That's how I run my business. And that's how I've been doing this full time for, I think it's been 6 years. So be sure to check those 2 things out below if you're interested in the indie game journey in 2022. It's a great time to make indie games.